Guess what, motherfuckers? More Humanity's Last Breath, and you know we had to be here for it. This is Passage off their upcoming album, Ashen. Make sure you get your pre-orders in. I've said this in the past, I'm sticking to it. I think this might take Album of the Year. And you want to know something else, man? I actually got downvoted on Reddit for this, but I don't give a fuck. I had made a comment on Reddit basically saying, because it was talking about Album of the Year, I think there's going to be a huge shift after this album releases. I think a lot more people are going to start going down the path of thall, and I think we might see more of a shift that way with deathcore. I think a lot of people are getting burnt out on the blackened deathcore, it seems like. I think this might be the next thing, man, which I'm excited for. I fucking love thall. Y'all motherfuckers like thall? Guess what? We've got Metal Combat coming up, featuring bands like Levitated, Reflections, Harkla, all going head-to-head. Those are your guys' suggestions, and you guys get to vote, and who makes it to the next round to take the thall crown. Obviously, we didn't feature Humanity's Last Breath or Viljarda on there because they'd fucking win. We want to explore some of the smaller thall bands, so that'll be out probably this week or next week, so make sure to check it out.
All right, so I'm excited for this one. Every release on this album so far has been strong, and we're gonna get some fucking thall. That's what we're about to get. So
give it to me, Buster.
Let's do it. About to tear up.
Yeah. This might be the heaviest one. Oh, those bends. I want to pause this for a moment, dude. They did exactly what I thought they were going to do. Is like, although it's all very much Humanity's Last Breath, the sound they have, it's very much under that thall umbrella. Each release has been very different from each other, and I really appreciate the diversity they've taken on this album so far that we've gotten.
Interesting. I would say I would differ from that opinion. I think this sounds a lot like Instill in terms of probably key, if I'm right. The wild transitions from the deep, chug to the high, pitched, like up pitched, squealy sounds that they do. I'd say it's right in line. I wouldn't say it sounds like the same song. It just sounds like it could definitely be on the same album. So
I think what sets it apart is there's a characteristic within each song that kind of carries it. For example, you had in Still those Bulgarian clean singing choir parts in it that really set it apart from everything else. They haven't repeated that yet. I'm sure there'll be another song that implements those on the album. At least I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
With Labyrinthian, you had that really groovy, almost Korn inspired part in the middle that set it apart. Linger had a kind of a melancholy but melodic chorus tied to it that I think really set it apart. So those are the things I'm noticing. Obviously, you have a lot of the crazy transitions and shit, almost kind of like proggy time signatures and transitions. But there's an element to each song I've noticed that gives that song its identity.
That's fair. I can see what you mean.
Yeah. Anyways,
let's keep going, man. We still got like 3 minutes.
Oh.
Ooh. Like the pick straight.
Loving that ambient guitar right there. Oh.
Nice.
Rivada visuals. Man.
So something interesting you may not know, I don't know if you've caught this yet about Buster specifically. So I watched an interview that I can't remember who he did it with, where he played through some of his riffs and stuff. So Buster's left-handed and he plays a right-handed guitar.
Yeah, he just flips it upside down, right?
Yeah, so his high strings are on the top, low strings are on the bottom. So actually that it makes reproducing a lot of things he's doing kind of complicated. Just because the way the hand works, right? And also I think that's why his sound is it's like there's people who do stuff like that, but it just like has it, you could tell it's Buster when he does it. And that's why it's because I don't know how many players actually do the right-handed guitar left-handed. That actually made me think while I was watching this video. I was like, what if I bought a left-handed guitar and played it right-handed just so I could be like Buster? I think I'm gonna do that. So
dude,
it'd be like
should.
dumb. That would be like people would be like that's dumb. I'd be like,
why are you doing that?
That's like Spinal Tap making their amps go to 11. I'm just like, yes. So I'm just gonna do it anyways. I don't care. Because I don't care if I sound exactly like Buster. I've achieved something if I've done that. So I'm happy with it. No, it's a solid one. I can't say it was my favorite. I still think that Instill is my favorite release thus far off this album. But this is still in line. I could definitely see where the album's going. So I enjoyed it. And it's when people say thall, this is what I think of. Is exactly this sound.
Yeah, I would say Instill seems to be the most popular thus far. You know, as far as like people's views on all the music. Dude, it's still I'm still kind of leaning towards Labyrinthian being my favorite. It just checked all the boxes for me. But dude, it's been so hard to really pick a favorite. I've loved every single so far. This one's no different for me, dude. I'm just gonna be fucking jamming this on the way to the work, fucking on repeat. again, and you know what? I appreciate the fact, I know a lot of artists are doing this lately where they're just basically continuing to release a single, like, you know, almost bi-weekly up until the release.
Yeah.
To me, that shows that they're confident in the, you know, their sound and what they've created, dude. It's like, yeah, here's more of it.
I anticipate this is the last release of the album. I doubt they're going to do like a sleep token thing where they slowly release the whole entire album before they release it. But because this is 4 releases and the release date for the album is on the 4th of August.
Yeah,
so
I might have said the 8th, which might have been my mistake. But yeah, release August 4th. I'm excited for it. Again, I don't think I'm going to change my views. I think this is sitting at my number 1 for potential album of the year.
Yeah, and not just in thall, like in deathcore in general. I think that this is
absolutely. And we've had a lot of strong releases this year thus far, I think, but this is, and maybe it's down to personal preference because I know this isn't palatable for everybody, but for me, dude, I think this is just, the production's on point. Everything about it's just masterclass.
I mean, these are the top guys doing what they do. I mean, as far as deathcore and thall goes, this is everybody. If you're a deathcore fan, I can't see why you wouldn't like this.
Yeah,
it's unapologetically hard. It's doing something different than what everybody else is doing today. I hear some elements of this in almost all deathcore today, and it's definitely the Viljaharta like influence digging in. Viljaharta to me is a lot like Korn was in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like they had a unique sound. There are bands that wanted to sound exactly like them, and that's why we have the whole thall genre that want to sound something or exactly like them. And then, but even bands that didn't want to sound like that incorporated that Korn sound into their stuff. That's how influential they are in it. I think this is part of it. I mean, Humanity's Last Breath and Viljaharta, I kind of put, like, they're so heavily related. They're just different extensions of the same thing. You know what I mean? Just taking it a little slightly different direction. Dude, I'm excited for it. This is the big stuff, you know. This is like the Led Zeppelin, if you will, of deathcore right now, this and Vild. So hopefully they come out with another Viljaharta. Hopefully they start doing some releases soon, because that'll be epic.
Hey guys, let us know when the album drops if you guys would be interested in us reacting to the whole album, because that might be something we'll do if you guys are willing to watch that. If you like this reaction, throw us a like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Helps us out a ton. That's it for the reactions today, but there will be more along. Can't wait for this release again. Good job, Humanity's Last Breath. Just another fucking banger, dude. We'll see you guys later.